has been running its mouth. It's the easiest way to say it. Kim Jong-un, picture right here. That's Kim Jong-un. That's Kim Jong-il's son, okay? And if you thought Kim Jong-il was crazy, he's even crazier. He has a plan to use one of those, a nuke. Everybody's heard about them. Everybody's seen them. Hiroshima, Nagasaki. Japan knows all about these, okay? Japan was left looking like this in World War II after Hiroshima and Nagasaki. These are dead bodies, folks. Those are real people that were alive, then they got nuked. That's what Kim Jong-un wants to do to South Korea, to America. They hate us over there, North Korea. Okay, this is another guy. He's messed up. Look at his head, it's bleeding. Do you want your head to be bleeding? Do you want your kid's head to be bleeding? No. Duh. Nobody does. Every minute that we spend thinking about what to do, Kim Jong-un is planning on how to blow up America. If you look right here, it's the Philippines, everybody. You may have seen it before. Here's Japan. Alright, here's China. China's on our side. Do you know why? Because they know that if North Korea attacks us, they'll never get their money back. Alright, here's Vietnam. Alright, so we got Japan, China, South Korea. Here's North Korea. See this tiny little green thing up here? That's North Korea. Okay? You know who's friends with us? Everyone else. Okay? That's why we're going to save the day. The rogue communist state, North Korea, in the past year has done 3 nuclear tests, okay, against UN sanctions. The UN said, no, you can't be testing these nukes, North Korea. North Korea, Kim Jong-un said, well, you know, I'm going to do them anyway. So he started testing them, started blowing up stuff. Nothing really of importance, just seeing if they could do it. He's also been testing ICBMs, which are intercontinental ballistic missiles. Now, why you all should be worried is because intercontinental ballistic missiles are capable of delivering a nuke payload over thousands of miles, okay? So all he has to do is get in within thousands of miles of our coast and send one over, okay? The UN has tried telling them, look, you're out of line. This isn't going to fly. Nobody's playing ball with this. Nuclear threats, they're not a game. You don't joke around with nukes. That's serious stuff, folks. Okay? As a nation, well, I already talked about that. The Navy, let me tell you a little bit about, well, our responses to this so far, up until this point. What our higher-ups in command. First of all, these are Air Force paratroopers, folks. I don't know if you've ever seen Air Force paratroopers, but they're pretty badass, as you can see. Okay? This is a picture of U.S. Army infantry, and that's nothing. But you see all these troops you can see here? We got so many more. They're all stationed in South Korea. Well, I'm not going to go back to the slide. They're all stationed in South Korea, right below. Okay? You know what this is? This is a B-2 stealth bomber, folks. We got some. And you know what? Our president, Barack Obama, has already said we're going to put 3 of them in South Korea, in some of our Air Force bases. Why? Just to let them know that we're not playing around. Just to have them. We can even keep them out in the open. Just let them see. Oh man, they got the B-2s there. See these? These are F-22 fighter jets. Okay? On radar, this plane has a radar signature of a small bird. When you see on your radar screen, you're like, that's a bird flying. No, it's a jet, dude. Capable of engaging enemies from miles away in the air before they're even seen. Before you even know they're there, all of a sudden, down it's done. We sent stealth F-22 jets to South Korea as part of what we called it was military exercises. That's what we labeled it in the press, to the politicians and everything. We said we're annually, actually, every year, the U.S. holds military training exercises with the South Korean military. We have a big investment in the South Korean military because we have a lot of military bases, American military bases in South Korea. We want to protect that. We want to protect our troops. We want to protect South Korea like we said we would. So far, South Korea's been taking this very seriously. Okay. The president has said, it's a lady, the president has said, if any troops or civilians are attacked by North Korea, that they are ordered to return fire and defend themselves. They're not playing around. They're done playing. They're done. They've got all their cards laid down, all their pieces on the board. They say, you know, America's here, Japan's here, China's here, the UN's here. They don't have a military, but they're here. Do something, Kim Jong-un. Okay? Thirdly, America's Navy. This is a Navy fleet. Okay? This is actually a small fleet. Well, average size fleet. In the middle, you'll see the 4 carriers. These are jets, helicopters, all sorts of cool toys. Make stuff go boom. You have these guys, the frigates, the destroyers, little guys coming up the back. Some of these guys, actually, the Navy has released that they have 2 destroyers in the Pacific right now by North Korea with nukes on board. They've said this openly. They said, we have nukes in the South Pacific within striking range. Actually, the North Pacific, within striking range of North Korea. Luckily, we don't have a government that's completely collapsed, that's completely folded over on the world, and President Obama is taking this very seriously. Our response has been rather good up until this point. Folks, this is a picture of Ronald Reagan wielding an MP7 riding a velociraptor who was carrying an American flag. I think this pretty much sums up my attitude on the entire issue. Here we've got Ronald Reagan with an RPG across his back, an H&K MP7 here firing at what we can only assume are North Koreans, a velociraptor with an American flag because it's sick. Because when you see that running at you, you don't want to fight no more. Oh, little tidbit of information for everybody. Kim Jong-un has also recently threatened to settle accounts with the U.S. and has posed near a chart in a picture that appeared to detail bombings of American cities. Okay, so he's either really, really trolling us really hard and really, really getting us, like you guys thought I was serious, or he's serious. You know, one of them's not so funny, one of them's really not funny. You know what I mean? Does anybody have any questions about? Yes.
Why does he feel like we need to be attacked?
They're jealous.